Wakizashi's Tea House.
Konnichiwa, minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House over in Japan. How you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? I'm great, thank you. A little bit hot today, it's been boiling. Anyway, back to my review. Today, I've got a special one for you. It's Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country, Issue 1. This is written by James Tynion, or is it Tynion? Tynion, baby. And it's got art by two artists. Just let me check my notes because they've got amazing names to pronounce. Here we go. The first and main artist is Lisandro Estherren, and the second artist is Yanick Paquette, who's actually a Canadian artist. He does really good work. I'll show you that. You'll see some of the images inside the review. Okay, so was this any good, or should I say, is this any good, and do I recommend it? Now, I'm a huge fan of Neil Gaiman's original Sandman run, so I'm always curious to read any new titles that come out, you know, under that name. So I bought a copy of this morning, and I've read it through twice. Now, to be honest, disappointing is the word I would give it. I'd give it 6 out of 10, okay, and that's mostly for the gorgeous painted art, mainly by Lisandro. There's some great art by Paquette as well, but anyway. Now, I don't know what to make of James Tynion anymore. Like, I used to think he was a good writer. Like, he was capable of, you know, pretty exciting and compelling storylines, good character work. But I feel like these days he's, I don't know if he's lost his way a little bit or he's just taking on too many projects. So, let me give you a little bit of a view of the interior art, especially the one by, where is it, Yanick Paquette. Is it Paquette? Maybe Zax can correct me on that. Here we go, check this out. This is from the interior art. There's a 4-page part by Yanick Paquette where he shows us the interior of the Dreaming, and it just takes me back to, you know, the old days of Vertigo titles and reading the Sandman on a regular basis. Man, you should revisit it. If you've never read it before, please read it. I recommend it. The whole story, like the whole series, is great. But anyway, I'm digressing. So there you go. That's a little view of the interior art. The other art is kind of a painted style by Lisandro, and it's really good. It's a different style completely. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a brief story summary, and then I'll show you some variant covers at the end of this review. But yeah, as I say, unless you're a huge fan and you want to get the first issue, like me, it's not really a recommend. I'd say like about a 6 out of 10. Okay, thanks for watching this far, and let's keep going. Here's the story summary. Do you remember your dreams, Flynn? The first 3 pages of this opening issue read like a creative writing exercise. Tynion uses an abundance of text bubbles to describe a couple of the main character Flynn's dreams in less than thrilling detail. From this, we learn that Flynn was bullied in high school, and she currently believes the world is turning to crap. It gets much more interesting on page 4, where, funnily enough, there's no dialogue. Instead, we get a purely visual piece of storytelling in which Flynn appears to glimpse something weird and horrific at the party she's attending. On the dance floor, she sees an obese creature with tongues sticking out of its eyes. It's a creepy image, and it acts as a taster of things to come. Incidentally, I've heard in interviews that the creative team are returning Sandman to its horror roots, a direction I'm looking forward to. Let's hope they really do it. After this, we catch up with Flynn and her boyfriend back at Flynn's apartment. This time, we see into the boyfriend's dream. We don't learn his name unless I completely missed it. He's dreaming of a good-looking man dressed in white who takes off his sunglasses to reveal teeth in each eye socket. For any Sandman fans out there, this is cover star and favourite nightmare, the Corinthian. He asks Flynn's boyfriend about the paintings decorating her apartment. Each painting shows strange creatures and figures with mouths for eyes. They look like me, don't you think? Next, we're treated to 4 pages of co-artist Yanick Paquette's beautiful art, where we visit the Dreaming and we learn about the Corinthian's origin. Dream Lord Morpheus created him as a nightmare who acts as a dark mirror and tormentor of humanity. I'll never forget his debut in the Doll's House story from Neil Gaiman's Sandman run. He was both attractive and terrifying, a truly compelling character. That's a big recommend from me, by the way, especially for any horror comic fans out there. It's an excellent early story from Gaiman. Flynn's boyfriend leaves after telling her she should cover up her paintings with sheets or something. They're real nightmare fuel. As he's making his way out of the building, a man dressed in white and wearing a pair of sunglasses passes him on the stairway. He knocks on Flynn's door. When she answers, he barges into her apartment and starts asking her about her paintings. The scene then switches to a seaside pier. A bleeding man is crawling along the pier, away from a couple of strange figures in black suits. We learn the names are Mr. Agony and Mr. Ecstasy. Not very subtle there, Tynion. Mr. Ecstasy has a number of hooks attached to his face, which are stretching his skin back. Mr. Agony is wearing a gimp hood, which covers his eyes, but his mouth is showing through an open zipper. The bleeding man asks them why they're doing this. Mr. Ecstasy tells him it's because of what he witnessed, a secret that he's about to take to his grave. And that's where I'll end my story summary. Okay, let me show you some of the variant covers, because there are quite a few, as you can imagine. This first one is by one of the artists, Yanick Paquette. I like this one, I like the style. You can see the Corinthian there, showing his teeth, all of them. Then we've got one by Bill, is it Sienkiewicz? I can never say his name right. Again, you've got the 3 sets of teeth there looking good. Not sure about this compared to the last one, but okay, we've got Kelly Jones. This is going back to a blast from the past for me. Kelly Jones, look at that. What do you think? Loads of faces there, loads of heads and mouths. I'm not sure about his interpretation of the Corinthian, but I quite like his Morpheus there. Then this is a really good one by, was it Bueno? Let me check here. Okay, sorry I can't find the name. There we go, yeah, it just says Bueno. Bueno is the artist. Look at that. Look closely at the newspaper and you can see something peeping through. And then this is one of my favourites. This is the traditional and the iconic image of Dream's older sister, Death. Now look at her. She's the goth girl that, you know, everyone wants to take home, right? You know what I'm talking about. Great skull there with the Corinthian. And do we have any more? Yes, we have a Francesco Mattina variant cover. This one. This is pretty creepy. It's got one of the Ecstasy, is it Agony or Mr. Ecstasy there with a gimp hood. And of course part of the Corinthian. And do we have one more? Nick Robles, Gold Foil Onion, whatever that means. That's a pretty dope image, I like it, but I think that's going to be really hard to get. And finally, where are we? Who's this? Martin Simmons. Oh, the Martin Simmons one. He's been doing work with James Tynion on Department of Truth, hasn't he? That's pretty cool too. I mean, they're all good, aren't they? Which is your favourite? So, anyway, that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you picking this issue up? Are you going to read it? Are you going to buy it? Please let me know what you thought about it if you do read it in the comments. And I'd love to hear what you think because, as I say, as you know, I was a little bit disappointed. But the art is gorgeous. You know, it's worth buying just for that. Okay, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be brilliant. This is Gray from Wakasashi's Tea House, signing off for the night. Matane. Wakasashi's Tea House. Please subscribe.